Hey guys, what is up, and I welcome each and every one of you to a new League of Legends video. So this is going to be a relatively quick one, but it's more of like a kind of a news update, if you will, that RIOT just dropped. Now, they actually dropped something pretty surprising in terms of just amount of information and juicy information. So Mark Yetter on Twitter posted his gameplay thoughts. He posts this like every week or something like that. Most of them are, you know, small things, but today they actually posted something pretty major in my opinion. So we're going to be going over it as usual. Like, you know, guys, I like to keep you updated with news and, you know, new things and updates and stuff to keep you kind of up to date with League of Legends. Free editor browsing extension. Yeah, I'm good, thanks. Anywho's, guys, if you enjoyed, don't forget to hit that like button. Hey guys, so today's video is going to be sponsored by ExpressVPN. ExpressVPN is the best and fastest VPN that you can get, but you might be wondering, why do you even need a VPN? Well, there's a lot of reasons. For instance, security is one of the most important things about the internet, especially nowadays, which ExpressVPN helps you with tremendously. It does this by encrypting your network data and masking your IP address, which in turn essentially makes it much harder for people to get into your system and see your private information. ExpressVPN also helps fix one of the most annoying issues, just trying to watch your favorite show that doesn't exist in the country you live in. All you have to do is simply open up ExpressVPN, select any location you want to watch. So in this case, Prince of Tennis, the anime, of course, which is available in the Japanese Netflix. You can see all these different locations. Click Japan, Tokyo, click connect, and that's all you gotta do. So you can see right there, ready to watch, ExpressVPN, letting you swap locations, that easy. And you get many more benefits, guys. So using my link down below, expressvpn.com/Redmercy, you can sign up and get 3 months free on top of everything else, which is fantastic, of course. And you can be able to watch whatever you want, wherever you want, feel safe on the internet as well, especially in this day and age. And I highly recommend you checking it out. So all that being said and done, let's get back to the video. This is the post that he's talking about. So it's going to be talking about a gameplay project list, essentially like mini reworks, if you will, that they're thinking of doing, new items and changes, and also adjustments to the ranked LP, which I know, including myself, a lot of people have been complaining about. So let's just get right into it, guys. So short-term gameplay project list. Something I thought would be good to update you all on are the various improvements and additions that the ESR team has planned for the next few months. Timelines may change and nothing is guaranteed to ship, but we still want to share our plans and goals for a few small projects in flight. So Rammus. Now, almost done, so close. We're hoping to wrap up the tuning and art changes to get the small Rammus update in for patch 11.8. So they're doing essentially a mini rework for Redmercy, which apparently should be on the PvE today, question mark. If it is, I'll, you know, of course, make a gameplay video of it and release it hopefully today as well for you guys. So it's supposed to be a mini Redmercy little rework. Is also supposed to make him like jump and stuff. Now, we did talk about this about a month or two ago. I'm sure some of you remember. Moving on, of course, though, we have some changes coming over to Sona apparently. So some of you may have already seen, but we're working on some buffs and quality of life changes to Sona. Overall, the goal is to clean up some of the feel bad mechanics like the mana cost restrictions and build Upper Fantasy as a super scaling with AP late game enchanter. We're removing the mana refund when granting an ally aura and lowering costs across the board. Also, we're adding a new permanent stacking buff. So Sona is literally getting a permanent stacking buff. Now, as far as I'm aware, that's going to be something I'm assuming similar to how, you know, Nasus's Q, Veigar's Q, Thresh with his souls, Bard with his meeps, I believe they're called, that they collect throughout the game, and it just permanently stacks as you know, get more and more and more. I'm assuming it'll be something like that, which is really interesting. That gives her ability haste and AP throughout the game. So that's pretty cool. Now the question is, how is she going to be getting this sort of stack? Like, what's the stack? Like, do you just keep buffing allies, and every time you buff an ally, it's one stack? Like, what's the trigger? You know, like for instance, like Nasus and Veigar Q. Well, it's pretty much get a kill with it, right? Thresh, collect souls. You know, Bard again, you know, run around the map like an idiot and collect meeps. What's her trigger? Like, what do you do to consistently keep stacking up this buff to get extra ability haste and AP, which is actually huge. Ability haste on Sona, huge. AP, huge scaling potential. So essentially a mini rework coming out for Sona hopefully soon. And then we have Taric. So Taric isn't in a terrible spot, but we think he's being held back from the best state he could be in because of the unhealthy synergy he has with Yi using a jungle funnel strat, which I'm sure we're all quite aware of. Extremely obnoxious, and honestly, just the fact that it even still exists is just mind-blowing to me. Anyways, in particular, the Taric E plus Master Yi Q combo, which is the stun plus the Master Yi Q, removes the intended counterplay because you literally can't stop them from doing that if they do correctly. So your plan, or rather our plan, is to make adjustments to the way that combo works and giving us some room to buff Taric more generally. So looks like we're going to be getting some little changes coming over to Taric. Doesn't seem like it'll be as big as the Sona or the Rammus changes coming up, but you know, some changes coming to Rammus as well. Then some changes to top lane. We talked about split pushing last time and paired with that we want to put a bit more power into the top lane position generally. We're still exploring a few different options, but a few promising leads include buffing items primarily used in the top lane, adjusting turret plating to allow for more gold for opportunities, and adjusting objective focus towards the top side. These changes will make a bit of iteration, will take a bit of iteration because systemic work like this often risks incentivizing bad strategies that we've seen in the past, like lane swaps. So that's something else they're going to be doing. So it's like they're focusing a little more on top lane to just kind of, in general, do some stuff there, maybe make the lane a little more dominant-ish in certain scenarios, which is interesting. Then they have a new tank item. We had talked previously about a new split push matching, in quotes, tank legendary in the works, which I'm very unhappy about, actually. I'll explain why. With the loss of a few split push focus items over the years, we wanted to fill the gap for tanks who wanted to create solo pressure in a side lane. We're very close to a design that we're happy with and starting to move into the next phase of fully building out the item with final art and scripting. So essentially what they want to do is have a tank item that is tailored towards dealing with split pushing, is what they said last time they talked about this. And this is more or less what they're saying now. So essentially, if you're facing a Tryndamere and you're like, I don't know, let's say a Scion or something like that, they want to give you an item as a tank to be able to essentially match more or less the split pushing potential of like the Tryndamere or something, or the Jax or Fiora, is what they want to do, which I just think is completely stupid because one of the counterplays to a tank is to split push. So now they're kind of removing that. So now the tank will have the ability to split push properly and deal with split pushers while also having this crazy team fighting potential. It's just weird. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, they're just taking like one of the few weaknesses of tanks, which they don't even have that many to begin with, in my opinion, and eliminating it. So it's just kind of like, why? It's just, but why? I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it down below. Then we have Tahm Kench. So Tahm Kench update isn't forgotten, but still has a good chunk of work to do on the art and the audio side to be shippable. We're still making slow and steady progress. So a little quick small update on the Tahm Kench mini rework that they're planning to do as well. And on top of that, as if that's not enough, a new enchanter item. We're still iterating on designs for a personal defenses focused enchanter legendary. A lot of the high-level goals are testing well, but we're still ironing out the exact details that we think give us a unique and healthy item to fill this space. So they want to make a new enchanter item that is for personal defenses. So I guess, like, I don't know, I'm not really sure what that means. Like, personal defenses. They want to make an enchanter item, which is usually for champions like Lulu, Janna, Soraka, that's focused on defenses, personal defenses, not like allied, personal defenses. So it's like, I don't know, but why? You know what I mean? It's like, so then you're not really an enchanter anymore, question mark? Or you're still an enchanter, but you're just more tanky yourself? So you're reducing the level of enchanting that you're doing and support to allies that you're doing in favor of making yourself less vulnerable, I guess? Interesting. I'm not really, again, another kind of weird thing where I don't really understand the reason behind it. Maybe once we actually see the item, it'll be better, more obvious, but I don't really see the reason. It doesn't make sense. You're picking an enchanter to be an enchanter. I don't know. We'll see. Keep in mind, outside of these small projects, we have many big changes still in flight, such as new champions, the Mundo and Udyr VGUs, the preseason, which is top secret still, and player behavior systems. Now, that's not it. There's also the ranked LP adjustments. Let's take a look at this. So we have a small but positive adjustment for our ranked LP system that just shipped in patch 11.7. It's a small shift in LP gains to make them slightly smaller, but more positive skewed. So, smaller gains and losses might take a player from getting, for instance, plus 16 and minus 16 to getting only plus 14 and getting minus 14. And positive skew would take a player from plus 17 to minus 17 to a plus 15 and minus 15. So this, I don't really understand the reason behind, but sure. This is perfect. This is, I think, is actually a fantastic change personally. This is much, much, much better. The specific differences will vary from person to person because of everyone's unique rating and match history. And thanks again for playing with us. So, yeah, that's about it for this video, guys. Again, this makes a lot of sense to me. This is like, okay, I guess, sure? Question mark? I don't know. Cool. I guess maybe you can't have this without having this. Maybe that's kind of the idea behind it. But yeah, either way, guys, some pretty big changes here. Let me know what you think about it. Some pretty big bombshell that Riot just randomly decided to drop on Easter, Good Friday. Well, I guess it's Easter Monday and Good Friday. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about it down below. Thank you all so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you guys later for another video today, maybe, for the Rammus mini rework if it's out on the PBE. So until then, have a wonderful day, guys. Have a great weekend. Peace, peace, peace.